Welcome back, folks, to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. No Pokecenters, no Pokemarts. In the last part, we got quite a bit of stuff done with our newly found ability in Surf. We were able to evolve Malkier into a Nidoking, which greatly increases our power. You take a look at our base stats, and they've definitely jumped up. I know I haven't shown them to you before, but it certainly is a big jump, even though you may not be able to see it there. Surf can also be learned by Nidoking later on, which is a great addition. The only thing is here, with the way our party is now, I'm gonna have to get rid of someone, and unfortunately it may have to be Geodude the way things are working out. Sudowoodo seems to have more PP and more use in the long run of things, therefore I'm gonna have to make use of Geodude as much as I can before getting rid of him. So we're gonna do that as much as we can. The other thing I want to do in this part, though, is of course, well, certainly didn't want to have to fight this guy, but that's what we're going to do. Luckily for us, one tackle and one quick attack will easily take out the Psyduck, and we can move on. He didn't even attack us, so I'll take that experience any day. Didn't mean to get into that fight, but that's perfectly fine with me. Anyways, we're just going to proceed onwards here, and actually I guess I can go pick up that item. It's right here. So we surf down, and right here is a nugget, and I believe, well, we can't pick up that nugget, but the more useful item is right down here. In this tree is a hidden rare candy. You can go surf down further there, but you just end up facing 3 different girls, and as a result, I think you end up getting soft sand, which increases the power of ground moves, but it's not too useful for us at the moment, so I'm just gonna see if I can hold off on getting it until later if I deem it necessary. Anyways, with Surf, we can easily cut our time in getting back to Azalea Town by going through Ilex Forest here. So, of course we don't have cut. Like I said, not having cut definitely sucks, but soon we won't need cut as much. So, maybe I got rid of Bellsprout a little prematurely, which kinda sucks, but, what can you do? Either way, I don't need that nugget, so I probably won't end up picking that up. I may go get the soft sand, like I said, but, for now I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back up to, towards Olivine City, which, is a place we were before, and of course I can't go that way because I don't have cut. I have to go this way. And once again, we want to avoid a couple of the trainers in here, just for the time being. And we've already picked up that Ice Berry. We've already fought this guy. I think we've already fought that guy, so we're perfectly fine here. I already fought this Drowsy up here, but if not, let's go fight him. Since we do have Shadow Ball now, we should be able to do a decent chunk to this Drowsy, if not take it out, and it's easily a clean KO, so Eevee's doing work here already, even though it's only level 23. And so, what I want to do here, though, is I want to, actually I don't want to face anything on that route. Just below Ecruteak City here, there's a decent, some decent level Pokemon with decent levels of experience that I can certainly take advantage of. This one, for instance, here, I can switch into Makar, and unfortunately we get roared out in the process. It's not something I was hoping to do. And I jumped the ledge, mistakenly. So far we haven't done too much work in here, but anyways, I want to start training up Eevee some levels. And like I said, I have to get rid of Makar eventually, and that bite did a little more than I was hoping for, so I don't think I'll be facing Growlithe. I think I'm going to switch it up and try and find something else here. And, we'll see here for a second. No, I don't want to fight Pidgeys. Alright, I'm going to make an executive decision here. The thing is, with this game, because it has night and day, and you guys really haven't seen any benefits of having night or anything like that, I'm going to manipulate time here for a second So there's going to be a slight break in sound, a slight pause in the audio or whatever, while I switch the time over to night. Alright, we're back, folks, and I did switch over the time, so here we go. If you look carefully, now if you check our Poke Gear at least, it's now 8 o'clock at night, and therefore we're going to encounter a couple different Pokemon here that we haven't really been encountering before, so the plus side is, again, you also haven't been seeing a lot of nighttime-based events, so here it is, and for your benefit, you can now see it. Anyways, these Stantlers give a decent chunk of experience while at the same time dealing minimal damage to Geodude, so I'm going to take advantage of that fact and try and gain EV up some levels before we can completely abandon the uses of Makar. Ariados is definitely nice. I think I'm going to switch to Makar as well. Hopefully we don't get poisoned or anything like that. When we don't, I avoid it, and I should be able to get a decent chunk with Magnitude, even though it is neutral to Ariados. The reason I kill Ariados, though, is because evolved Pokemon also give you extra experience that you wouldn't normally gain. So here's another one, and once again I'm putting myself at the risk of getting poisoned, but that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm condemning Makar anyways, and if he does get poisoned at this point, I still can toss a Poison Cure Berry, and oh man, we encountered Entei. That's definitely going to help us in the long run in finding it. And I was definitely not expecting to run into Entei like that. We're not going to catch Entei right now, though. I'm not going to worry about chasing it because it is a bit of a pain and we are low on resources. But maybe in the long run of things, we will go looking for him. For now, it's just going to be one of those secondary things that I'll care about later. Good thing for us, we are for now avoiding poison a lot here. So it's working out for us, and we're gaining quite a bit of experience. I was hoping to run into a couple more Stantlers than Ariados, and it looks like we're out of Magnitude, so I'm going to have to start using Tackles, which does put us at a bigger risk for damage. Luckily, we should be able to get out of here without too much damage. He decided to use String Shot, I think, 3 times, and I think Geodude actually evolves now, which is great. So it's going to increase our defense, it's going to increase our offensive capabilities, and Geodude may be able to get a lot more work done in here than I originally thought. So, there you go. Geodude evolves into Graveler. He increases his base stats, and that's definitely going to go a long way towards helping us level up Eevee a lot more. So, we're just going to continue on here, and wouldn't you know it, we face another Stantler. So, as you can see there, Tackle doing minimal damage, and we gained a ton of HP back as far as evolving goes. The only thing left here that we have as far as offensive moves goes is Defense Curl and Tackle, so we'll have to make use of Tackles. And as you can see there, Tackle is doing a ton more damage than it was as Geodude. So, evolving is definitely a plus, and having that extra offensive capability is certainly going to make leveling up Eevee a lot more easier and a lot more manageable than it has been. I like how String Shot is being used on Graveler because he's already slow enough, right? No? Either way, there's the poison finally. So, a bit unfortunate I'll have to waste one of our poison healing items, but we already have about 5 or so I'm not too worried about that. Like, we've got 3 antidotes, and 2 poison cure berries, so I feel free to toss on an antidote there if it means that Eevee gets some extra experience anyways. So here Kote is at level 24, I think, so he's doing pretty well. One of the things I guess we can do, however, with Makar before he's used up is I want to make use of Strength as much as I can on Geodude before I deposit him. Therefore, I'm going to teach it to Makar and get rid of one of his moves. Probably Defense Curl, as we're not going to really be using it. And if I end up having to use Struggle on Geodude, it makes the process a little bit faster, since I'm already going to have used up all of my offensive moves anyways. So we got rid of Defense Curl, and the one thing Strength allows us to do, actually right now, is I can head back to Burn Tower and pick up the stuff that we needed Strength to do, essentially. So, there's one thing in here I can pick up, so we're going to go do that. and that item up there needs Rock Smash, which unfortunately is a TM, so I can't just teach it to Geodude and then deposit him later on. I will have to teach Geodude, or I will have to teach something else Rock Smash, and make use of it that way, because it is a nice offensive move to have. So Geodude's going to use Strength here, move this boulder up, and I can't remember exactly what this item is, so we'll have to see. It's TM20, so I'll have to go check out what that is, so let's just pause here for a second. And it is Endure, so not the greatest of moves for this type of run. If I still had Flail on Chinchou, maybe it might have some use, but in the long run of things, it's just not really one of the moves that I'm going to need for the long run of things. That's the only use of Strength I can think of right at this moment. If there's another one, I'm sure I'll think of it eventually, but for now, we're just going to stick with that. And I think I'm going to start using Strength instead of Tackle for now. That way, if Strength doesn't one-hit KO things, I can just finish them off with a Tackle instead of wasting 2 Strengths on something or something like that. So I'm definitely in favor of these bugs using, or these Pokemon using Leer and String Shot and things like that to lower my stats, because any damage Makars isn't taking is the longer he's able to stay in battle, and the longer he's able to help level up Eevee, so I'm all for that. And it appears that Makar is doing a great job at tanking things right now, so he's definitely pulling his weight as far as utility goes, and he's certainly going a long way in helping Eevee level up. Because the thing is, Eevee needs to get to a certain level in order to ensure that I can continue this run safely. Otherwise, I get into a lot of trouble, and without Eevee at a certain level, aka level 36 is what I'm working towards, it's going to be a little tight. It's going to be a little dicey. So we have to heal poison off Makar again. At this point, if Makar gets poisoned 2 more times, I'm not going to worry about the poison too much. I'm willing to throw 1 more poison healing item on Makar. Other than that, I think we're just going to let it be and continue on. I just don't want to waste too many resources at this point in the run, and as status can become a bit of a hassle at that point, so we'll save up on our status healing items for now, and if status comes our way, then we're just going to have to deal with it in other capacities. Meanwhile, it seems that Strength here is definitely doing its work, and gaining us a ton of experience, and there we go, Makar did get poisoned again, so I will have to heal that off again, unfortunately. But this will likely be the last time that we're going to heal poison, so we'll have to see how that goes and work from there. In the meantime, Eevee is getting a ton of experience. He's already level 25, which is great. I'm going to run from that Noctowl. I guess I probably could have fought it, but the thing is, Noctowl at that level I think likely has Hypnosis, which certainly poses a great threat to us if we get put to sleep. I don't want to have to waste turns trying to wake up, so may as well just avoid that for now and just keep going. I definitely put myself at a risk of getting poisoned there, so I think for now we're probably just going to stick to fighting Stantlers if possible. They do give more XP, and they don't put us at risk of getting at risk of getting poisoned as Ariados seems to want to do. And this Stantler just missed Hypnosis 3 times, so that's definitely worked out for us. I think Stantler learns Hypnosis at level 15 or 16, so that's the reason why that Stantler was using Hypnosis on us, and the other ones weren't. Anyways, this one decides to use Leer, which is perfectly fine. We should be able to KO with Strength, and Makar is certainly doing some work here, so I think Eevee should be able to get to level 26 before Makar runs out of utility. Luckily we dodged another Hypnosis there, so Makar definitely doesn't like to sleep apparently. He must be an insomniac of some sort, so I'm definitely in favor of that, and it's certainly going to go a long way in helping Makar get Eevee up in levels. So the unfortunate part to this is the fact that Makar is a decent level right now. The only downside is he's just doesn't have the same utility that he normally would, and we just missed like 2 or 3 tackles there, and with a 95% accuracy, that's kind of annoying. So Definitely not in favor of that, and I'd rather not be missing at this point in the game. So, meanwhile, Makar is doing decently well as far as his HP is concerned, so I'm not too worried about that. I should be able to use up all of these tackles and get a few struggle offs before we're ready to condemn Makar, so I think we should be able to at least kill this. Well, looks like Makar also wants to learn Harden, so that's pretty hilarious. Not only does Geodude learn Harden, but he also learns Defense Curl, so all of these defense boosting moves, and we're just not able to take advantage of them to the extent that I'd like to. So for now, we'll just continue on. I think I've got 8 more tackles, so I guess 7 more tackles, so that should be able to take out a decent number of Stantlers. Eevee did get to level 26, which is nice, so he's definitely got some additional stats on there, getting closer to that level 36 mark, which I'm hoping to get. But in the meantime, we'll just continue on here and finish off everything that we need to. So, Makar misses with tackle, unfortunately, and it's looking like this will be the last Stantler we're going to kill as far as our tackles are concerned. I'm going to have to start struggling with Makar, which is a bit unfortunate, but just the way things go. So, there we go, and it's looking like I'm only going to have to be able to kill off one more Stantler before condemning Geodude. The Stantler after that is basically either going to kill us, or Makar is just going to die to his own power. So there goes the struggle, we've got no moves left, there goes the next struggle, and Makar is essentially condemned at this point. So we'll switch into this Stantler, and unfortunately this is going to be the last use of Makar you guys are going to see. There goes his struggle, it doesn't KO the Stantler, so we'll have to switch into Eevee and finish it off with a tackle. So, them's the breaks, folks. Unfortunately, Makar, you were a great part of our party. You definitely had a great utility, and you definitely went a long way in helping us further ourselves in this run. So, I'm definitely in favor of your services, and you've been a great member. Unfortunately, you had to go. So, into the PC you go. Maybe I'll revive you at some point, but at this point it's just looking like you had to take the fall, unfortunately. So, in the meantime, we're gonna withdraw one Pokemon in particular, which is I guess we're gonna withdraw the egg. I may as well do that now. Try and hatch it and see what we can get, and in the meantime, I guess we'll increase Eevee's happiness with trying to hatch that egg as well. So let's see, where's the best place to do this? Obviously Goldenrod is probably the best place to run around with the bike, but I'm not too worried about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to register on the bike. Alright, I guess we don't need to register, but I'm just going to run on the bike until we hatch the egg, just to see what I get. Like I said, there's a 14% chance of it being shiny, so that'd be really cool if we did get that. But unfortunately, I'm not sure whether we will. The bike shop owner eventually calls you, like I said, eventually, and tells you that because you've ridden the bike around so much, you essentially have done some great advertising for him, and he wants you to keep the bike. So I'm all for that, and we'll just keep on riding here. And here goes the egg. Is it shiny? It's a Pichu. So, actually that's not too bad. Pichu or Elekid I would have been perfectly fine with. So, Ranko said she wanted to be the egg or the odd egg. Therefore, Ranko is going to be named. Ranko is going to be this Pikachu, or this Pichu, I guess. So, I'm glad to know that is an electric type Pokemon, as electric types are kind of few and far between in this run. So, having that extra electric type, even though it is level 5, is certainly going to go a long way for helping us. So, we take a look here, and unfortunately it isn't shiny. I would have liked it to be, but look at that. It's got Thunder Shock, it's got Dizzy Punch. It is only level 5, and it is a female, unfortunately. But I guess that works out. Ranko is a female, so there you go. There you go, Ranko. You did get a female Pichu as your as the egg. did hatch for you. For now, though, I'm going to deposit that in the PC, as having that extra Pokemon, at least for things later on in this run, is definitely going to go a long way in helping us. So we're going to deposit Pichu there. And as far as our Pokemon that we can still use, we've got Togepi at full health, we've got Scyther, we've got Spearow. Second has been used up, and MAKAROUT has been used up, and we've got Pichu, and I think that's it. So for now, I'm just going to hold on to whatever we have here. Everything else will just stay in the box for now. And I'm going to start working towards... I guess I could start working towards trying to level up Eevee a bit. The thing is, there's a lot of trainers in this area that we want to try and avoid, at least for now. They do pose a little bit of a threat to us as far as the Pokemon they have. So we want to hold off on that. This trainer up here, though, we can take on with Eevee, so I feel content in doing so. It is at 28 HP, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for Eevee to deal with. It's a Mr. Mime, as you can see, and Meditate increases its attack, but I'm not too worried about that. We did get a clean KO with Shadow Ball, and even if we didn't, I've got Quick Attack to back us up with some priority there, so that works out for us. We can easily sneak by that girl there, and we'll proceed forward. So far this episode has been pretty effective. We made use of Geodude to his extreme. We picked up some extra items, and we also hatched the egg for Pichu, so I definitely feel content with this part so far, with the work that we've gotten done. And I think we're going to end it off here, so I'm going to save before I figure out exactly what I want to do next in terms of gaining some more experience, gaining some more levels, things like that. So for now, we're going to end it off here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.